Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Yone the Unforgotten. I haven't reacted to anything from his character. We don't know anything besides that he's the brother of Yasuo and the kind of like that whole story. And just a reminder, I have never really played League of Legends. I play a little bit of TFT from time to time. And that's honestly all I know besides the last 2 months of reacting to League of Legends characters. All right, let's go ahead and dive in here. So Yone the Unforgotten, his quote is, "They look at me and see only the mask. I look at them and see only their fears." So something I did notice about Yone, I noticed like a lot of his videos, especially like the Kin of the Stainblade video, came out only about 2 years ago. So was Yone a playable character more than 2 years ago, or has it just been recently that he's like turned into this character? You guys will have to let me know. Okay, anyway, so it says, in life he was Yone, half-brother of Yasuo, and a renowned student of his village's sword school. But upon his death at the hands of his brother, he found himself hunted by a malevolent entity of the spirit realm and was forced to slay it with its own sword. Now cursed to wear its demonic mask upon his face, Yone tirelessly hunts all such creatures in order to understand what he has become. That's pretty cool. Okay. And then we have Yasuo and Lilia as his related champions. I wonder what the Lilia connection is there. Role is specifically assassin, and region is Ionia. Very cool. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the biography. In life, Yone adhered to a strict code of honor and duty. Even as a child, his love for his family led him to assume the mantle of protector, motivated in no small way by the loss of his father. This was in stark contrast to his half-brother Yasuo, who was brash and reckless, where Yone was patient and disciplined. Still, the two were inseparable, and when Yone began his studies at the renowned sword school near their village, Yasuo followed. Yeah, so he has like the older brother role, and then also kind of like the father role because both their father's gone, right? As they trained, Yone was often forced to temper his younger brother's impulsiveness. However, when Yasuo refused the personal tutelage of Elder Suma, master of the legendary wind technique, Yone gifted him a maple seed, a symbol of humility, as a sign of his support and encouragement. Yone was proud of his brother, but he had doubts about the wise master's judgment, fearing that Yasuo's impulsive nature would make him a poor student, but Elder Suma was well respected and did not make careless decisions. Putting his concerns aside, Yone continued to practice with dual blades, his prowess quickly earning the respect and admiration of his fellow disciples. Though Yone's skill was unmatched, Yasuo's use of the wind technique made their sparring sessions a sight to behold and a joy to the brothers themselves. Okay, so Yone specifically is very good with dual blades. That's his technique, that's like his strength, yeah? But that joy did not last long. War came to Ionia. Yone, along with many other disciples, left to defend against the approaching Noxian forces, while Yasuo reluctantly stayed behind to protect his master. But one fateful night, Elder Suma was discovered dead, slain by the very wind technique that he taught. When Yone returned, he found that Yasuo had fled. This shook Yone to his core. His fears were proven true. Elder Suma had been wrong. Yone blamed himself. Right there. That tells you a lot about a character. Just that sentence right there. Yone blamed himself, right? If Yasuo had murdered Suma, Yone had failed to teach him the righteous path. If Yasuo had simply abandoned his post and allowed his master to die, then Yone had failed to instill him with discipline. Either way, Yasuo had already killed several of those who pursued him, and to Yone, their blood stained his own hands as much as his brothers. Man, Yone right there and then, like in this sentence, feels he blames himself for everything. That's crazy. He tracked Yasuo down. When their swords finally crossed, Yone's steel was unmatched, but Yasuo's master of the wind cut his brother down. Death, however, was not the end. When Yone awoke within the spirit realm, the weight of his failure crushed him. His fury flared, and he pounded his fist on the ground in rage. Okay, so his fury and his anger probably is what allowed like a demon to come in the spirit realm, right? A rumbling laugh pierced his thoughts. He turned and beheld a monstrous humanoid spirit with a blood-red blade. It was a powerful Azakana, a predatory entity that had long stalked Yone from beyond the veil. Before Yone could speak, it struck. He drew the spiritual echoes of his blades to his side just in time to block the attack. He once again found himself in a duel where his swordsmanship was unparalleled, but he was overwhelmed by magic. Anger consumed him. A lifetime of honor and duty snapped. In one furious moment, Yone wrested the Azakana's blade from it and ran the creature through. Very cool, okay. The last thing he heard before a new darkness took him was that the same rumbling laughter. Oh, okay. As he came to, Yone found himself back in the material realm, though it was a grim shadow of what it had been. He struggled to his feet, in the spirit realm hazy in his mind and a blood-red sword in his hand. Upon his head, a mask had coalesced in the form of the Azakana's face. He could not remove it, but he could now see other Azakana through its eyes. Interesting. They were not yet true demons, content to feed on negativity before eventually manifesting to devour their host. Okay, so they feed on negativity. So that's why they were feeding on Yone, his failure and his fury, and then the negativity of Yasuo's thoughts in the Kin of the Stainblade video, right? Because of Yone or Yasuo's past. Interesting. But as Yone would discover, if an Azakana's name was learned, they could be reduced to inert masks of personified emotion. Wow. Okay. Well, we just learned something new. Even so, he could not tell if or when the Azakana he wore would reawaken to consume him. In life, Yone had worn the mask of protector, brother, and disciple for so long that it had become his identity. But now in moments of stillness, he swears he can feel the mask shifting upon his face. His own past and unresolved conflict with Yasuo now paling in comparison to the new threat. Whoa, that's scary. Okay, Yone hunts these insidious creatures in an attempt to understand what he has become, with each name bringing him a step closer to uncovering that of the one whose laughter still haunts him. Nothing else matters. There's only the chase of truth. Which is why, okay, dude, that's such a cool origin story for him. But what's interesting here is, so at the end of the Kin of the Stainblade video, and if you guys want to see my reaction to that, I have it in the Yasuo video, and then I also have it in one of my League of Legends reaction videos where I just go through all the cinematics. But essentially here, when in that video, when he's like, Yasuo, I don't care about our past anymore, I have bigger problems, essentially is what he's saying. He kind of is like, I forgive you, essentially, at the end of that video. But no, right here, it's saying right here, his own past and unresolved conflict with Yasuo now paling in comparison to this new threat. It doesn't matter to him. You know, he's dead. He may even believe his brother now that Yasuo didn't do it, especially because how he was like in that video. But yeah, Yone's essentially just got bigger problems. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the story. I wonder what we're going to get in this bad boy. It's called Severed. Look at the artwork here. That blade is so cool. That blade is sick. Oh, and his belt? Oh, these are masks. He's collecting the masks, right? Of the Azakana that he's been killing. That's my assumption here. I don't know what else these masks would be. And he's got one in his hand. Okay, it's called Severed. The boy ran at a dead sprint, driven by terror. Under the sliver of a waning moon, darkness swallowed his surroundings, with only the faintest starlight giving a silver sheen to the misty night. Silhouettes of trees flashed by. The lantern in the boy's hand flickered and sputtered in danger of snuffing out. But it was not the darkness he feared. It was the thing that stalked him in the darkness. Okay, so we got a boy being stalked by an Azakana, is my assumption. The boy had felt it first, a sudden chill in the summer air, a creeping dread that clutched at his heart, sensations that he might have dismissed as symptoms of the late hour and a long night. On any other occasion, he would have chastised himself for indulging in his imagination. He was 13 now, too old to be afraid of darting shadows and harmless spirits. So we're getting, Yone is going to be like he's an Azakana hunter, and he's like also a protector of other people being chased by these Azakana. That's kind of a cool, I don't know, like start to an anime or something, right? But the spirit had opened glowing blue eyes and stared into his soul. The shadow had whispered his name. The boy risked a glance behind to see if it still followed, and promptly slammed into something. He fell back. The breath knocked from his lungs, and his lantern clattered to his side, its weak light fluttering wildly. Surprise and pain shifted quickly to fear as he saw the figure looming over him. Oh, man. A man tall and lithe stood with a bare torso, unfazed by the unusually chill night. From the waist down, loose robes billowed in the wind, frayed from wear. An intricate belt of woven rope tied strange masks across his waist, monstrous visages trapped in alabaster. Okay, so this is Yone that's actually looming over him. Bandages bound both his arms, and each hand grasped a blade, one of tempered steel, shimmering in the moonlight, and the other shining an ominous red. Yet it was the man's face that left the boy frozen. Those cold blue eyes peered down through a cruel mask that radiated the same strange red as the man's blade. The mask grasped the man's face, nearly devouring his stern frown. Stay back, the boy croaked. It is not me you should fear, the man spoke, his voice a soft growl, eyes fixed on some point beyond the boy. Confusion knit the boy's brow as he followed the man's gaze. What he saw sent him scrambling to his feet. A vague shape hovered in the mist. If the stranger hadn't pointed it out, the boy might have missed it altogether. The mist twisted into wide eyes and slitted pupils, and the outline of a lumbering body took form, visible where it pushed the fog away to leave a negative space. The boy squinted. Something else glistened in the foggy night. Teeth? Oh, that's scary. Whoa. Okay, if you only saw like teeth floating, that's really scary. He had never seen anything like it, yet it somehow felt familiar. Like the boy knew this thing. It drew him, compelled him toward it. He took a tentative step forward. Something cold pierced through his chest. The boy looked down in shock at the tip of a shining red blade. His mind raced as his breath grew choppy from panic, expecting pain and blood, but neither came. Instead, a strange numbness spread through his body. What's happening here? Okay. Behind him, he heard the man mutter under his breath, and a strange sigil appeared in the air in front of them, as if painted by an invisible brush. A word or name the boy did not recognize. What? The man ignored him. My blade sees your true name, Azakana. The boy felt the sword pulled from his body, and he fell to his knees, gasping. His hands flew to his chest, but there was no puncture or wound. Even more strange, the boy felt lighter, as if some burden had been excised. He looked up, and a wall of teeth met his gaze. A wall of teeth met his gaze? That's scary. So the creature was like, yeah, feeding, like he was like kind of feeding on the boy, right, and his negativity. And Yone was like kind of pulling him out, essentially, because the blade knows the name of the Azakana is able to do that. That's interesting. The creature lunged. A clash of steel rang out. The masked stranger stood before him, blades blocking the creature's massive, pale fangs. No, it was not the man, but a shadowy spirit in his form. The boy looked behind him where the man himself stood, eyes closed as if in meditation. A shiver ran down the boy's spine as the chill in the air now seeped into his bones, and with each motion of the struggling monster and man, he felt his soul lurch and sway, their very existence exerting a palpable force over him. The boy stared in awe. What is he? This is cool. I want to see an animation of this. I want to get a whole Yone anime or something, right? Spirit swordsman pushed the creature back, then burst into swirling tendrils of smoke, washing over the boy as it returned to the body of the stranger. The hideous creature bellowed in rage. As the boy squinted, he could see other parts of the beast through the mist. Matted fur, claws, a huge torso, but when he tried to focus on the whole body, parts would fade out from focus. You did not dare deny what is already mine. I like this bold here to like clarify it's the demon or the Azakana speaking. A rasping, impossible voice reverberated in the boy's mind, cutting through the rattling growls he heard from the monster. The boy belongs to me. The boy's stomach dropped. It can speak? Nothing in this realm belongs to you, the man said, unfazed. Cower, Tan Koa. Though the words meant nothing to the boy, their utterance made his skin crawl, yet their effect was far more pronounced on the creature, which emitted an ear-splitting squeal, twisting, sinuous muscle wrapped around pale teeth and claws. The whole, like, floating teeth, like, seeing just teeth, they keep describing this Azakana, that I just imagine that to be terrifying. Four scarlet eyes narrowed on its horrific face, glowering atop a lumbering torso of gray hair that shimmered into existence. Ephemeral wisps turned to flesh and bone. So you are named, the man with the broken mask said. So you are revealed. A defiant howl shook the ground. The man shifted his stance, crouching low as he brought both swords to bear. So you shall perish. Oh, that's cool. The beast charged, but the stranger dashed forward so fast that the boy nearly missed him. Swords sliced through the moonlight, one flashing silver, the other leaving a blood-red trail in its wake. Ichor sprayed from the creature as it fell to the ground. Slumber, Azakana. You are unmoored from flesh. The man strode forward and plunged both blades deep in the creature. It roared, then wheezed. That's so cool. The boy stared as its body dissipated into a swirling fog, its monstrous face contorting through a gamut of expressions as it shrank and calcified into an almost human-like appearance, finally assuming the shape of a mask. So my question is, hold on, I might need to rewatch The Kin of the Same Blade, because I think Yone in that video, he doesn't have the whole belt of masks, right? So my thought process is he sought out Yasuo specifically because he probably knew Yasuo had an Azakana following him or on his back. And so Yone like stalked Yasuo because he wanted to kill the Azakana that was, you know, attached to him. And maybe that was like his first thing, and then now he's doing it for the rest of the people in Ionia, right? His eyes widened in recognition. Though it still possessed the four eyes of the monster in a distorted, exaggerated pose, it looked almost mournful and eerily close to his own face. With a shudder, the mask floated upward toward the man's outstretched hand. With a fluid motion, he sheathed his sword and tied the mask next to the others on his waist. Then he turned to leave. What are you? The boy asked. Once I knew the answer, but now, the stranger paused. He fixed the boy with a steel gaze. A question tumbled from the boy's lips. Was that thing me? Only a festered nightmare, feasting on your sorrows, but you aren't defined by it any longer. The boy bit his lip. It's my fault. I'm weak, never good enough. My father was right. No, this thought process. Okay, so this thought process right here by the boy is what had this Azakana on his back, right? It's almost like so what these Azakana are kind of representing, I would say, in the real world, like here, is it's like, you know, that negative voice you hear in your head from time to time, or I mean, some people hear it more often than others, right? But it's almost just like that negative voice you hear in your head, and Yone is going around helping eliminate the negative voice that people hear in their head. It's pretty cool. Without a sound, the man turned as though to approach, and the boy recoiled almost by habit. The stranger's expression softened ever so slightly. Those we love say the things that hurt us most. The man pulled the mask from his waist, examining it. Despair devours our own voice, wearing the guise of reason, claiming to show us who we are, but it only shows us a warped version of our true selves. What in the world? Yone's a philosopher now. Holy crap. He turned the mask around and held it aloft for the boy to see. It seemed small, fragile, toothless. Pierce through its falsehoods to find your truth. The smallest hint of a smile crossed the man's face. You'll be just fine, Andu. Oh, so he knew the boy's name. Cool. With that, the stranger turned away, leaving the boy alone in the dark woods. Very cool. That's a solid story. Again, I would love to see that. I feel like this is just like a script from an anime episode or something. Yeah, I think Yone would be awesome to see in live animation or whatever, as an anime or anything. I think this story is really cool. I mean, it's a little common to see in some animes, right? Just like the Demon Slayer, essentially. But no, this is really cool. Yone seems to have found a purpose in destroying all these Azakana. I wonder, like, so he's obviously in Ionia, in like the spirit realm or whatever of Ionia. I always wonder, like, all of this stuff that's happening here, are there Azakana in other parts of Runeterra? You know what I mean? Do people in Demacia have Azakana that are attached to them? Maybe not. Maybe it's just an Ionian thing. I have no idea. But just like, I wanted to like bring it out to the open world of Runeterra, and I wonder if there's other stuff. So this is where we have Yone's story in terms of stopping. Like, I don't know if they've done any more lore with him. I know all of this stuff is like pretty recent. I think like the Kin of the Stainblade stuff came out only about 2 or 3 years ago. So this is all pretty recent. So I'm not surprised that there isn't any more, I guess, for Yone. But I guess in my thought process right here, I can just see Yone is still going around Ionia, helping other people destroy their Azakanas and stuff like that. So very cool. I thought this was a good story. Biography was pretty basic. I'm glad we read Yasuo's story first, because we got to see what really happened with the whole Elder Suma thing and why Yasuo and Yone fought, because they didn't really dive into that too much. They kind of just more focused on they were just like, yeah, he fought Yasuo, his half brother. He lost that battle. And then he's fighting a whole nother thing in the spirit realm with Azakana and stuff. And I think that's a little bit more interesting for Yone's story. With Yasuo's story, it's more interesting, the whole, like, him killing his half-brother and, like, you know, all the feelings and stuff that he has after that, and, like, what he's going through after that. So very, very interesting. So, guys, we're going to be reacting to all kinds of stuff. We're going to do the cinematic. I know there's a cinematic that came out along with the Kin of the Stainblade that focuses just on Yone. We're going to do any voice lines that have come out for him, skin spotlights, things like that. We're going to check out the wiki, and yeah, like I said, just all the cinematics, the voice lines, and things like that. So stick around for that. All right, everybody, we are checking out The Path, an Ionian Myth, Spirit Blossom 2020 animated trailer. I believe this is the one that is focused just on Yone in the Azakana, or in the spirit realm, right? Was he just like kind of frantic there? Because he was just fighting Yasuo, right? Whoa, it's like a Ninetales fox or whatever. Cool. Oh, the music's beautiful. I'm loving the music. Why does he have white hair here? I'm curious. Oh, the statue's eyes came alive. I saw that. Oh, the music's like real sad. It's like beautiful at the same time. Oh, that mask came alive. Oh, the fox was leading him the way he should have been going, but he's being tempted. Oh no. Fox, help him. Oh. Pitch black. Oh, whoa. Okay. Those are your 2 blades, man. Grab them. Oh, wow. He's surrounded. Oh, by, like, dead Ionians, probably from the war. Oh, no. The fox is gone. He can't help you anymore.
You could have saved them.
Whoa. 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 Oh, there's his fury that was mentioned in the story, or in the biography. Here comes the Azakana. Whoa. This animation is really cool. Oh, that's such a cool shot. Okay, this is awesome. Holy crap. Whoa. Okay. That was insanely cool. Holy crap. Whoa. It like bit his face off. Wait. Okay. Oh, this is him. He already had a mask on his belt. I saw right there. Okay, that was cool. Holy crap. I love that animation. I loved the part here where he was like getting super angry and like the Azakana was like, yes, I can finally come out, right? It was almost like that. He had gotten to the lowest of the lows and then allowed the Azakana to like come out. Such a cool animation. Okay, this was really cool to see it, you know, the biography that we just read put into an animation style, and to see this is his origin story in the spirit realm, right? And now he's going around like this, and in the severed story that we just read, he's going around killing other Azakanas that are festering on other people's like negativity and feeding on that stuff, right? So very cool. I liked this animation a lot. All right, let's go ahead and move on to any more cinematics or voice lines we got. All right, let's dive into Yone's champion spotlight. Let's see some gameplay.
Yone is an assassin returned from the dead after a duel gone wrong.
Okay.
His killer? None other than his little bro, Yasuo. Now Yone is back in the land of the living with an evil spirit mask attached to his face, which he uses to hunt down demons and expel them from their mortal hosts. So, let's meet the man behind the mask. Welcome,
okay, he seems cool.
Yone champion spotlight.
There's the belt of masks. So cool.
For his passive, Yone wields 2 weapons for, you guessed it, 2 types of damage. Every other auto attack deals split damage. Half physical, half magic, all Yone.
Walk both realms.
Okay.
Way of the Hunter also doubles Yone's crit chance, but reduces his crit damage. Sort of like his brother half, Yasuo.
Okay.
Yone's Mortal Steel also works a lot like Yasuo's Steel Tempest. But Yone's the older sibling, so who's really stealing from whom?
True.
Yone strikes forward, damaging enemies and gaining a stack of Gathering Storm on hit. After 2 stacks, the storm is unleashed, and Yone dashes forward with a gust of wind, knocking enemies up in the air like he just don't care.
Okay.
Then, if he's ready to run like the wind, he can activate Mortal Steel to dash over walls and slay his prey all day, Yone.
Oh my.
Yone slashes forward with Spirit Cleave, dealing a percentage of the target's max health as split damage and shielding himself on hit.
That cleave is cool.
Attacking minions or lone champions activates Yone's base shield, but if you're cleaver enough, you can use Spirit Cleave on multiple champions for some added protection.
Cool. I like the shield.
With Soul Unbound, Yone enters Spirit form for a short time, leaving his untargetable body behind and gaining ramping movement speed to hunt down and eliminate foes.
Whoa, that's really cool.
Once he returns, champions he damaged while in Spirit form take an additional burst. Use Soul Unbound to hop over small walls for added mobility, but be careful where you leave your body lying around.
Right.
Whether you wait the full duration or reactivate early, eventually you'll have to snap back to reality. And sometimes, reality hurts.
Yep. You gotta be real careful with that
Yone's
ability.
ultimate damages all enemies along a path. Then he blinks behind the last champion struck and knocks all enemies airborne towards him. Perfect setup for one killer combo.
Cool.
While his ultimate has some serious range, Yone will only blink as far as the last champion he actually hits.
Okay,
If
it's
you
got to
hit
be on
no
a champion.
champions, you'll go the distance and travel the max range of his ult, which could put him in danger. Casting Soul Unbound before Fate Sealed lets you blink through walls and close the gap between you and your fleeing prey without putting yourself in too much danger if it goes wrong.
Nice. Good pick, yeah.
The laning phase is all about small advantages. Win early 1v1s by priming Mortal Steel's knockup, then using Soul Unbound to go in for the trade and pull back to safety.
Yeah. Okay.
Or activate Soul Unbound during larger fights for a true out-of-body experience. Remember, Yone is undying to wreak havoc when he's in Spirit form, so you want to deal as much damage as possible for as long as possible. Then snap back to your body to finish off foes. Both Spirit Cleave and Mortal Steel scale with attack speed. For a shorter cast time and cooldown, build Yone fast and furious, and you'll be sending your foes 6 feet under with time to spare.
He's definitely an assassin because of how far he can distance himself from his body. His two abilities, he can go really far.
Unbound to dive the enemy backline.
Yeah, he can dive the backline. Yeah.
And finally, if you're willing to set sibling rivalry aside, team up with Yasuo to pull off the ultimate Drone Wombo combo.
Oh, what is this?
Send enemies skyward with Fate Sealed and let your biological brother in arms follow up with Last Breath.
See, that's so cool.
Family that plays together, slays together.
That's so cool that they allowed the two combos of their ultimates to combine together.
Complicated.
So cool.
Well, that's Yone unmasked. Nothing?
Huh?
Really? Man, who died? Get into the Spirit and learn more about this double-edged lord at links in the description.
Cool. I like that. That was really cool. Oh, you know what? I don't know if we've seen this Spirit Blossom 2020 Part 2 event trailer. Does this have Yone in it? Let's watch this. New event exclusive rewards. What do we got here? I'm assuming, yeah, okay. It's got Yone stuff in it. Yone skins.
Blink and you'll miss your own death.
Oh, he looks cool here. That's the skin that they were just showcasing at the end of that gameplay spotlight.
Death rejected me, but I'm sure it will welcome you.
We're getting a preview of some of his voice lines.
Do not turn your back on me.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's okay. That was cool what he just did right there.
None can hide.
Though many try.
I like all the Spirit Blossom skins. They're really cool in game.
A broken blade is more than enough for the likes of you.
So is there no connection between Yone and Riven at all? I guess not.
Get in touch with your spiritual side.
Wait a minute. Is Ari the fox? I'm so confused there. Hold on. How come she just turned into the fox, I feel like, from the video? Maybe it's different. No, it's different. She's not the same one.
That little fox and I once guided spirits together. But now, I must save them from her errant ways.
That's Cain, isn't it? Okay. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Oh. Explore Yone's path today. Okay, and then there's another Spirit Blossom trailer. What's this one? Check this one out. Does this one involve Yone or no?
Forget everything.
It's showing the other paths. That's Ari.
Let me show you what life
Cain.
cannot.
Narrative experience.
Blessed are those who need my guidance.
Oh, it's Thresh. I thought it was Cain. That was Thresh. It seems weird seeing him like that. That's right. Cain has a scythe. What am I thinking?
Release them from their pain.
Pain?
There is only death.
All right, we don't need to watch this. It doesn't seem like it has Yone in it. Anyways, very cool. I enjoyed that. Let's go ahead and move on to some other things for Yone. We got, the fandom wiki and things like that. All right, guys, we only have a few more things here. We got the fandom wiki and the skins to check out, and then we have his voice lines and interactions. So let's dive into the skins here. So yeah, I think it's confirming that Yone just came out like a couple years ago. I thought Yone had been around just as long as Yasuo, but I guess not. So here's his original skin. Super cool. I think his design is such a badass design, in my opinion. The Spirit Blossom one, seeing it in game, I thought it looked really cool. And I mean, the image here is really cool. So I do like with the skins to do like my top 3. It looks like he only has 5 skins, but I'll still do a top 3. I like the Spirit Blossom one. What do we have here? Battle Academia. Yone is a brooding, quiet member of the Assassin Club. Okay. It's pretty cool. The hair is a little interesting. Then we have Dawnbringer. Ooh, I like the horns on the top. And then the blades are pretty cool looking as well. What do the blades look like on the Battle Academia? Yeah, I should pay attention to the blades too, because I really love the dark red blade on the original skin. Okay, so Dawnbringer looks cool because of the blades. And then we have Ocean Song. Yone is nervous. As a DJ, he's calm, focused, and okay, so he's a DJ in the Ocean Song one. You know, he looks cool, but I don't know if it's for me. All right, so top 3, we're going 100% the original. I think Spirit Blossom, and then I'm gonna go Dawnbringer. Although I do like Battle Academia, it's cool. It's not as cool as Dawnbringer in my opinion. I don't know how they really look in game. Here's like a little image. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go Dawnbringer. Again, though, I think Original and Spirit Blossom are my 2 faves, personally. Let's see if we have anything in the trivia. We have a little bit down here. So Yone is one of 24 champions without a single ability power ratio on any ability. We already know about, Yone and Yasuo is one of the 7 pairs of sibling champions. Yone is the first non-champion in Legends of Runeterra to become a champion in League of Legends. He's the first non-champion in Legends of Runeterra. So he's not a champion in Legends of Runeterra, but he's now a champion in League. Okay, interesting. Yone was first confirmed to be the next champion with Spirit Blossom Thresh's Voicelines. The melody of his classic dance complements Yasuo's when the two use the dance emote simultaneously. And then the instrument Yone plays is a Morin Kerr. Okay, and then this is talking about a public test. It says a new feature was added where whenever Yone scored a pentakill, a dramatic scene of him performing his toggle emote was played for 7 seconds. This was later removed due to controversy. During this time, Yone would become unable to act and negate all incoming damage and debuffs. After the scene ended, his abilities cooldowns would reset after 1 second. Okay, so nothing too interesting to like his lore or anything like that in the trivia here. But let's go ahead and move on to his character fandom. All right, we are on the Yone character fandom page. Let's go ahead and read some of his stuff here. Post-death, when Yone died, he woke up in the spirit realm. He felt immensely frustrated due to his failure in life and let out his anger by pounding on the floor. He then heard a demonic laughter behind him. He saw that it was an Azakana, an immense humanoid predatory entity that had stalked Yone from behind the veil. Yone clashed with the Azakana and defeated it. He then woke up in the material realm once again. Here he wore the Azakana's mask. He could see Azakana masks on the faces of others. Ooh, okay. He realized that the Azakana fed on the negativity of those who wore their masks until they could devour their hosts. However, it was possible to destroy the Azakana by learning its true name. Yone realized his new purpose was to help others who wore Azakana masks and know the name of the sleeping Azakana whose mask he wore. Which is why I think in the Kin of the Stainblade video, he obviously wants to go check on his half-brother Yasuo. First thing he sees, Azakana mask on him, right? And he's like, okay, I got to take care of this. So appearance, Yone in life was a tall young man with white skin, tied dark brown hair, brown eyes, and a beard. In life, Yone wore an Ionian dress with dark aquamarine blue colors with gold trim with a long red belt. When he came back to life, his appearance changed a lot. Now he had a scarlet red mask on his face that cannot be removed. His hair was left loose and long to his back with 2 strands at the front, and his eyes shine in a ghostly blue. His attire consists of torn and blood-stained Ionian clothing. The back of his body is exposed but covered in bandages, and the bottom of him is black and dark blue dress. I wonder why he has all the bandages. I never questioned it. I was going to question it earlier, but yeah, I wonder why like he's just in all this bandage and stuff, yeah? When Yone separates his soul from his body, his appearance is the same, but semi-transparent and wrapped in a bright scarlet red. All right, we got personality. We know he's like the more patient one, right? Yone used to be a fairly loyal and honorable man who always put his responsibilities before his feelings. He cared a lot about his half-brother Yasuo. The two were very close and trained their swordsmanship together. Yone wished for Yasuo to have a better life and was elated when Yasuo was chosen by Master Suma as his disciple. When he discovered Yasuo's betrayal, Yone was emotionally devastated, but continued with his duty, which was to kill his brother. The two fought a duel to the death, and Yasuo, with tears in his eyes, won by killing Yone. He reached the afterlife, and there he discovered what had really happened, and that his brother was not to blame. When he returned from the dead, Yone dedicated himself to understanding what he had become. He also forgave his brother for killing him and asked him to move on with his life. Okay, so like this is confirming it. I know people can come in here and edit it, I believe, but yeah, he's essentially like, he's moved on with his life. He doesn't blame Yasuo anymore. He has a bigger purpose. There are people freaking all around that have Azakanas just feeding on them, and that's his purpose now. According to several rumors, they say that he has a great friendship and much affection for the fawn Lilia, with whom he became friends. Okay. See, this is where I was like on the League of Legends official universe webpage, it said he had a relation with obviously Yasuo, and then it said Lilia. And they didn't say anything anywhere about Lilia, so I was wondering about that. So they have a friendship. Interesting. Okay, abilities. Resurrection Empowerment. Yone came back from the dead with the mystical power of the Azakana that he defeated, and as such, he was granted many mysterious powers. Spirit Magic. Yone has access to the magics of the spirit realm, granting him several powers. He has Spiritual Sense. Yone can feel the energies of the spirits around him. This facilitates his hunt of the Azakana, allowing him to track them down from long distances. He has Astral Projection. Yone can throw his soul out of his body to interact with either physical realm or the spiritual realm. He can use this ability to travel great distances for a while, although he will eventually come back to his physical body. His astral body can still harm spiritual beings like Azakana. And then Spirit Blade Summoning. Yone can summon a mystical blade of the Azakana that he killed. He can use that blade to kill demons and other mystical horrors. And then Wind Technique. Okay, just like his brother, Yone was trained in the wind technique of Elder Suma. However, he's not as talented as his brother. Okay, I wasn't sure if he had learned the wind technique as well. Yone can use the wind to increase his fighting abilities, making himself superhumanly fast and strong. And then Skilled Swordsman. Yone is an accomplished swordsman. Yeah, of course. All right, relations. Here we go. Yone is the older half-brother to Yasuo, whom he was very close to. Yone taught Yasuo many important lessons when he was young. When Yasuo was running away when accused of killing Elder Suma, Yone was heartbroken and filled with negative thoughts and feelings that fed the Azakana he would later confront. When Yone finally caught up, Yasuo was forced to kill his own brother, whose death would haunt him for a long time. Or Yasuo was forced to kill his own brother, yeah. Later, when Yasuo went to the Spirit Blossom Festival in Waylay, he was confronted by a resurrected Yone who was trying to kill an Azakana that pretended to be a monk from the Green Glade Elders Order. After Yasuo let go of his own past, the brother defeated it and parted ways in peace, although Yasuo was expecting Yone wanted vengeance. Okay, here we go. It says Yone met Lilia at some point, likely when they were both traveling to the Spirit Blossom Festival of Waylay, and has vowed to protect her from any Azakana and Demon of Nightmare. Okay, so he's protecting Lilia. He has feelings for her. Very cool. And then we got a little trivia here at the bottom. Yone and Yasuo both studied under the same master and know how to draw power from the wind, but only Yasuo knows the full secrets of the technique. They are now the only remaining members of the school, likely due to the rest having been killed by Yasuo when pursuing him. And then the scar on Yasuo's face was caused by Yone in their duel before his death. Correct, I knew that. When Yone entered the spirit realm in death, he was attacked by an Azakana, a demon that feeds off negative emotions. This demon was stalking Yone due to the negative emotions he had harbored while pursuing Yasuo, but died before it could strike. Now, there was another reason that he also got mad, because he was a little... So in the video we watched, The Path, he was also angry about... obviously, you know, his brother and Elder Suma, but he's also mad, I think, about all the Ionians that died around him, right? Because it showed a bunch of like Ionians that died in battle, and that like he wasn't able to protect them, right? After defeating the Azakana, Yone was resurrected with the Azakana affixed to his face in the form of a mask, as well as an Azakana blade. He now hunts Azakana in order to learn more about them and his own fate. The man that appears in the Path, an Ionian myth cinematic, represents the older brother in Ionian myths whose story bears many similarities to Yone's. The man that appears in the Path of Ionian Myth cinematic represents the older brother in Ionian myths. Wait, so that's not supposed to... No, that is Yone. What? Okay, anyways. Despite being brought back from the death by demonic power, Yone is not particularly undead. True. I think he's like... kind of just like... He is dead. He's just able to like be in both... realms, right? That's kind of like his ability or his power. Okay, very cool. We don't have anything else down here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and react to his voice lines and interactions next, guys. All right, everybody. I always love getting into the champion themes because you just honestly never know what you're going to get. So let's go ahead and dive into Yone, the Unforgotten Champion theme here. It's 3.5 minutes, a little bit of a longer one. Ooh, the like, doo-doo, the drum. Ooh. Ooh. You got like a, is it like a flute in the background too? This is like he's going into battle. This is like battle music, actually, straight up. Like I could see this in the background with Yone fighting an Azakana. Oh, I love the strings. I'm a sucker for strings in any music. It's almost like sad, right? Yeah. I feel like I'm getting a story here. Oh, that really fast. I think that string's just going really fast, yeah? It's adding tension. Oh, that's beautiful. It's like an epic, you know? Oh, dude, this is a beautiful song. Holy crap. Oh, man. Okay, we got the little break. Is he gonna switch gears here? Oh, it's like totally changing a little bit. What's it doing? Where are we going next? You know what I mean? Like it's like a story. Or we're getting like a little bit more flute on this section. Oh, there it goes back to the fast strings. Oh, that's so cool. What instrument is that specifically? It sounds so good, and it sounds like really raw in this YouTube video. Oh, this music is totally so good. I'm telling you, Riot needs awards for the music they be making. Oh, I still hear the fast strings behind it all. Even behind like the epics, like music. Oh, dude, the drums at the end. Wow, it went crazy there at the end. Oh, man. Okay, this was a crazy good song. It felt like a story to me. Like even when it, especially when it, okay, so it started off with like some tension a little bit. Like I was like straight up, oh, this is like battle music. This is Yone in a fight with an Azakana. But then it like kind of, it didn't, I don't think it slowed down, but it like the melody changed to be a little bit more somber, a little bit more sad. And like I felt like I got story. That was like after the battle or something, right? And then it ramped up again to be like real anxious and tension rising and all that, and like with the strings going really fast. So I felt like they were back in battle again or something, right? And then it totally braked, and then it like changed the melody. It seemed like a little bit there, right in the middle, I think. And then it just ramped right back up, and then it like crescendoed very much so at the end here. Like everybody was going crazy. The drums, the flute, the strings. That was really good. I think this is like totally perfect for Yone. Perfect music for his character. Perfect like battle music. I could throw this into a playlist if I'm like gaming or something. I think it's such a good theme song for him. So yeah, I think this was like I haven't even given ratings on any of these themes, but honestly, I felt like this was a 10 out of 10 theme. I have no complaints about Yone's theme. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move on with the rest of the videos and the reaction. Okay, guys? All right, everybody. It looks like we have 2 videos we're going to be checking out for Yone's voice lines. We have his special interactions, and then Skin Spotlights did another video just specifically his voice lines. So we're going to do both. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it here.
What ancient horror is this? Is this what an Azakana could become?
Yeah, true. All right, very cool. He's scared to see Fiddlesticks, and that makes sense.
Perhaps you can charm some sense into my foolish brother, Ari.
Yeah, because he's traveling with her.
A sugary mask for such a master of agony.
A sugary mask.
Unhaunted, unworthy of my time.
Innocence. Interesting, okay.
I have fallen outside your cycle, Lamb and Wolf. Are you here to usher me back?
I have fallen outside your cycle. I like that. Let me turn the quality up. I was going to say it's not in HD.
Cled, who hurt you?
What a funny line.
To see you, Lilia.
Oh?
After so many Azakana.
Oh, yeah. He's got a crush on
Do
Lilia.
not wish to hide behind masks, Lilia. Yours is a kind face.
Oh, okay, Yone.
Living nightmare. I will end you before you cross paths with the Dream Fawn.
Interesting. We don't know anything about Nocturne.
Guilt clings to you, Riven. Forgive yourself, or the Azakana will find you.
Oh, see, that I like. Because anything I've heard about Riven, it's all just been negative thoughts. And he's like, get those negative thoughts out, girl, before the Azakana finds you. Okay.
Balance is a delusion, Shen. Surely you see that now. Grafted to a demon by choice. What a grand fool.
Yeah. That
Tom Kench.
That makes sense.
Two Coats. I know your true name, demon.
2 Coats. Is that the name of the demon? Or is that a reference about Tom Kench? Okay.
Talia. The one
Talia?
you call master is a fool.
Who does she call master? Yasuo?
An innocent spirit. I'd almost forgotten those existed.
He's just calling Yordles
Brother,
cute.
Our paths cross once again. Will our swords do the same?
Ooh. I don't think so.
Is
But
that the taste of salt
I guess they
on the
do.
wind? Ah. Hello, brother. A broken mask meets a dishonored blade.
Brother, what have you become?
Oh, he's responding? Oh, no.
Yone, I learned your lessons too late.
We're just seeing, okay.
An unworthy blade meets a cursed mask.
We're seeing Yasuo's reactions to Yone. I needed that in the other video.
Feast for Azakana. Death rejected me, but I'm sure it will welcome you.
That's a really cool line.
To be blind to the true dangers of this world.
Right, nobody can see these Azakanas on them.
Such bravado. But you're fooling no one.
Yone is such a badass.
I will take no joy in cutting you down. 2 paths cross. One condemned to end.
I love his little animation with his
I
blade
know
that he keeps
your
doing.
name.
I know your name.
Blink and you'll miss your own death. Too far gone. May your spirit find the peace you did not.
Cool.
Another Azakana sealed.
Another mask added to his belt.
If only you'd listened.
It
Oh, this is-
always ends in blood, brother.
Oh. Pentakill?
Their fates sealed by my hand.
Whispers on the wind speak of a masked swordsman with 2 blades.
Oh?
My brother returned. Seems dying was the easy part.
Yeah.
They look at me and see only the mask.
Right, that's true. Everybody focused on the red
Spread
mask.
like a plague since the Noxian invasion. My
Ooh.
work never ends.
It might never end.
Before I chased a wayward gale. Now I hunt a storm of darkness. In this cursed second life, where does the mask end and I begin? Many mistake me for the nightmares I slay. Let them.
Yes. So a good example is, and he says, "Let them," which is interesting. So in the severed story that we read at the beginning of the video, the boy first sees Yone and is frightened by Yone, but then Yone's like, "Yo, look behind you. That's what you should be scared of." So good example of that.
In life, we died at each other's hands. How can I bear to face my brother now? A festival of flowers to remember those lost. I think I'd rather be forgotten.
That's interesting.
Haunted by a past I cannot change. When will I know peace?
Respawn.
Back to the hunt.
Forever hunting, I feel
Death
like.
would grant me peace.
No, yeah. He's that character that is gonna
naive.
be forever hunting Azakana, I feel like.
Not enough to stop me.
And even then, do we know if he'll find peace?
Now, it's a little personal.
Oh, I like that line.
Every time it's no less strange, nor less painful.
Because I don't feel like Azakana will ever disappear
I
fully
thought
from this world.
Azakana were nothing but children's tales. How wrong I was.
Okay.
When we met in the spirit realm, this Azakana upon my face knew me. Azakana trap their victims in a vicious cycle of emotion. Doubt breeds doubt. Fear breeds fear. And the Azakana feasts.
I love that. That was such
Wear
a cool...
a mask long enough, and you forget the face beneath.
Wow.
Bound to the world of the living, denied the peace of death.
Wow.
Through the mask,
We're getting a
I
lot
see
in these
their
lines.
truths laid bare, yet my own dance just out of
His
reach.
lines are a lot longer than other characters, which is
Every
good.
aspect of an Azakana is a stroke. Each stroke forms a character, revealing their true name.
I like
On a
this
cliff
idea
by
of their
the
true
sea,
names.
I found the strangest spirit.
Oh, what is this?
It walked on 4 legs and spoke of dreams.
What is this in reference to? On a cliff by the sea, I found the strangest spirit. It walked on 4 legs and spoke of dreams.
A broken heart, an anxious mind, all can attract the Azakana. Long before blades and sorcery are needed, words can save a soul.
Okay, that's very cool. So earlier in this reaction, I did say like this idea of Azakana feeding on negative emotions. He's basically saying here that, you know what I mean, like uplifting people or saying, I mean, I don't know, to put it simply, saying nice things about a person or, you know, helping people out with words can save an Azakana from being attached to that person, because you can prevent somebody from having super negative emotions and things like that, in my opinion. So he's just saying like people being nice to each other, people being uplifting can all prevent, you know, blades and sorcery having to come out to stop these Azakana. Very cool.
One blade carries the weight of my past. The other holds the key to my future.
Okay, very simply, yeah, the sword in his left hand is one of his original swords, right? And then the red one is the key to his future.
So many.
Or wait, the weight of his past. Would it be the red one? Actually? I don't know. Do we switch that around? Because this blade only exists because of his past and his emotions. I don't know.
Try to flee their burdens. Fleeing is impossible.
Is that all we get for the interactions? Dude, these lines were very cool. I know we're going to react to the other Skin Spotlights videos with just voice lines, so it'll probably be some repeats of stuff in this, but obviously there's going to be a little bit more. I really did enjoy the interactions. They did show some interactions with like your obviously Fiddlesticks, the demon. We got a little bit of the interactions with him and Lilia because there's something there. We don't truly know. I think in the fandom wiki, you know what I mean? There's something there. They have a friendship. I do like his line with Riven because it just seems like Riven's past is just so messy. And I do want to react to her. I don't think any of you have actually suggested her yet, but she just, since she ties in with Yasuo and Yone, it almost makes sense to react to her next. So I may do that. Who else does he react to? Kindred, this one about I have fallen outside of your cycle, Lamb and Wolf, because he's like, he is dead, but he's like able to walk the living realm and the spirit realm, which is very interesting. Are you here to usher me back? It's very cool. Yeah, the Nocturne stuff we don't know about. This one about Tom Kench, 2 coats. You guys will have to let me know. I know your true name, Demon, 2 coats. I mean, he's wearing like a coat. I know Tom Kench is a demon, right? So that's all I know about Tom Kench, really. He's like the demon of greed or something. Very cool. I like this one about Yordles. He's just saying all Yordles are innocent, which they are, right? They're kind of innocent. I don't know. Maybe that's just him making fun of Yordles because they're just cute little creatures. And then, of course, all the lines with Yasuo were very good. They all made sense to me, and things like that. It was kind of cool to hear Yasuo's lines. I wish we knew about this video for the actual Yasuo reaction because it is specific. These were specifically Yasuo lines that related to Yone, though, so that's why it was included. But very cool, anyways. And then, yeah, all of his lines just for getting kills, and then like some of his respawn lines were very cool. And then his long move lines were honestly some of the most interesting. So I thought Azakana were nothing but children's tales. How wrong I was. This was, I guess, Yasuo, but like this one right here, this is him basically explaining how Azakana come to be. Azakana trap their victims in a vicious cycle of emotion. Doubt breeds doubt, fear breeds fear, and the Azakana feast. Yeah, so Azakana, we know, feed on negative emotions, things like that. And then the whole part about, you know, words could save a soul before we even have to get to, you know, fighting with blades and sorcery. I thought that was very cool as well. So let's go ahead and move on to the other Skin Spotlight video about just his voice lines, okay? All right, here we are, everybody. Let's go ahead and go into the voice Yone sub. This is another Skin Spotlight video.
Is that the taste of salt on the wind? Ah, hello, brother.
Okay, we're going to, hold on. I want to try to like go forward a little bit and see, because all of this has been repeats so far, but the video is going very fast with the voice line, so there's got to be some new stuff in here.
Fleeing is impossible.
Okay, this is where we get new lines.
One to cut, one to seal.
One to cut, one to seal.
You think I am the one to fear.
These are choosing and banning lines, okay.
Ah, eating. How I miss it.
Oh, that is such a terrible thing to not be able to, yeah, because eating is great. Food is great. It's one of the best parts of living.
Azakana, once named, can be bound.
Okay, so
With
now we're getting the
each
taunts.
mask I
Recall?
claim, I come one step closer to understanding my own. The more I seal away, the more they seem to multiply.
Yeah.
A respite to return the sealed to their rightful place.
That's what I was saying about the Azakana. I don't think, like, he's going to be hunting Azakana for the rest of his, I mean, I guess, yeah, forever, I feel like.
Between uncertainty and fear, the Azakana prowl.
Oh, that's a nice line.
Some days, I forget what lies behind this mask.
That's sad.
Forget the past. It only clouds the future.
That's a good line. Forget the past, it only clouds your future.
Without a banquet of sorrow, an Azakana starves.
Oh, that's cool,
I do not hunt to kill. The road to ruin, I've walked it once before. Now, there is only the hunt. Sometimes, to save someone, you must fight them. Demons take many forms. I hunt them all the same.
Yeah.
Honor once bound me above all else. No sleep, no rest. There is no time.
I mean, you probably don't need to sleep anymore, right?
Forgiveness is complicated. Walk both realms. Azakana abound. I'm not here to save their souls. What does one do with an abundance of masks?
Yeah, he's gonna run out of room on the belt here. He's got to have a collection somewhere else.
Spirit realm is strange.
Okay.
A mirror, an inverse of our own.
Yeah, you know, I really never questioned the spirit realm. I didn't like have questions about it. I just was kind of like, oh, it just exists. You know what I mean? And it looks kind of nice. It's where everybody goes when they die or something. But yeah, this is kind of interesting. He's actually kind of explaining how the spirit realm is a mirror, an inverse of our own.
Sleep is not for the weak, but for the blessed.
Okay, you know what? I like this because everybody's like, oh, sleep's for the weak. I like him actually saying it's not for the weak.
Fear.
I love my sleep. That's why.
once named, controls no one.
Wow, that's
Humans
cool.
lie. Swords speak truth. Azakana lurk everywhere. I will end their depredations.
Yeah.
The haunted cower behind polite fictions.
The haunted cower behind polite fictions. Hold on, the haunted cower behind polite fictions. What does he mean by that? Polite, I mean fictions, I say like lies or stories, right? Or something?
The hunt, it never ends. I do what must be done.
I feel like I've heard that line
is
before.
the person who shows their true face.
Rare is the
No
person who shows their
fate,
true face.
nor destiny. Only tomorrow.
Hmm.
Everyone wears masks.
Okay, attacking.
Your doubt betrays you. Weighed down by fear.
Everyone wears masks.
I will save you from yourself. Carve away doubt. Steel and spirit.
Man, Yone's
I'm
getting
not
into
here
it.
for you. Aren't you a
I'm not here for you.
Did
That's
one
cool.
Yield or fall to my blades.
Cool.
I am not the enemy. Such a burdened soul. It's too late for you. You can't flee your fears. Your
Can't
fight
flee
is with
your
yourself.
fears.
You force my hand. Relent. No time for sympathy.
Whoa.
What must be done? They always resist redemption.
They always
This
resist
is
redemption.
your remedy. Inner demons.
Oh man, the voice line, the voice actor is really good here.
Kindness is a luxury. Strike true.
Kindness is a
Regrets hold
luxury.
you back. Out of my way.
Regrets hold you back.
Bound by your insecurities.
Bound by your insecurities, dude. This all it's okay. These are good.
Relinquish your burdens. Unworthy of my blades. Spirit unmoored.
Spellcast E. Okay.
Nowhere to hide. Cross the veil. Excised.
Excise.
Begone.
Be gone.
Farewell. Osai.
Ooh.
Kuoan. Kazeton.
Oh, these are cool.
Steel gale. Piercing winds.
Okay,
Storm of
spellcast
blades.
Q.
Let's end this.
All right, and his ultimate.
Nothing personal.
I like that one.
My blades know your name. Cast out.
W.
Severed. Carve the spirit. Cut through lies. No respite. No release.
Okay, these are his death lines.
It consumes me.
But can he really die?
Another
Not really.
Failure.
Probably just goes back to the spirit realm.
A familiar embrace. Defeated. Hardly.
Yeah, he's just gonna come back. Oh, we got all his laughs. He doesn't really laugh anymore.
In life, we died
Oh, they
at each
changed
other's
it
hands.
to the Spirit Blossom one.
How can I bear to face my brother now? A festival of flowers to remember those lost.
Okay,
I
we
think
did hear
I'd
some
rather
of
be
these already.
forgotten.
Yeah.
Haunted by a past I cannot change. Blades blossom.
Blades Blossom. Oh, okay, we got
Spirits
different
unleashed.
different lines for the spellcast now.
Demons begone.
Cool. Just a couple there.
The past.
All right, very cool. I'm glad. Yeah, so what the interactions didn't have was like some of the move lines. Obviously his cast ones, his attack lines, things like that. So very cool. His respawn lines, some of them weren't included. What else did it include down here? Attacks and yeah, his spellcast. So very cool. I got a little bit more from the Voicelines video here. Guys, let me know what you think about Yone. I think he's a really cool character. I thought he had been out just as long as Yasuo, but clearly they waited. So I guess Yasuo came out a long time ago, right? And then when his story came out, they were just like, oh, Yone's dead. But they were like, wait a minute, why don't we bring Yone back as like this whole demon hunter kind of thing? I thought this was really cool. I think he's really cool. I don't know who I like better. Honestly, the Yone's pretty freaking cool, so I might have to say Yone. I don't know I don't know the League of Legends community's take on these two characters, like who's more popular. I know Yasuo has been around longer, so maybe there's just more Yasuo fans because he's been around longer. I have no idea. I think Yone's character design is really cool. I thought his voice lines were really cool. He is straight up. So yeah, we have like all these demons in League of Legends right now, but we don't have somebody hunting them, right? And I guess he's more hunting Azakana. He's not actually hunting Fiddlesticks or Evelyn, but I guess they kind of technically would be on his list for people to hunt. But you know what I mean? I don't know if he could take on a full demons on his own, right? Like if we saw him and Evelyn go at it, right? Who would win that fight? I almost feel like Evelyn would, because Yone's got the power of an Azakana and his strength from, you know, just being a good swordsman when he was alive, and a little bit of wind technique. But I don't know, Evelyn's a demon that's lived for a really long time, so who knows. Anyways, I think his character design's really cool. I really love his design, like his like his outfit here. His blades are really cool. I think his origin is really awesome as well. He's the patient, disciplined brother with, you know, compared to Yasuo, and I think that helps him even in this afterlife, I guess, here where he's living in the spirit realm and the regular realm, and he's just going around Ionia. So that's what we have in terms of lore, anyways. He's going around Ionia. He's hunting any Azakana he can, just like in the Severed story that we read. I think that's a really cool origin story for him. I don't know where he's going to go next. It'd be cool to see where he goes next, but I assume they could probably just keep his lore here in Ionia for a very long time, hunting Azakana. So again, we do have the MMO that is coming eventually from Riot. I know we don't have like super confirmation and everything on that, but I think it'd be cool to include him in the MMO. Like if you go to visit Ionia or something, Yone has like some side quests there for you, or he's, you know what I mean, with hunting Azakana, maybe you have to help him kill like a huge bunch of Azakana or something. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here about the MMO. That's something I'm really excited about, and I just wanted to see, like, I think for a lot of these characters in League of Legends, I do think a lot of the lore where they're leaving some of the characters, they could continue with the lore on a lot of these characters. You know, so there's so many, right? They can't keep up with the lore for all these characters. I mean, it's probably a lot. So what they can do, I think, is like incorporate these characters into the MMO and have their stories fleshed out a little bit more in the MMO, you know, continue their stories there in the MMO. And I think it'd be really cool to see Yone in that you know, landscape there. So guys, I think Yone might be cooler than Yasuo, although I still like Yasuo's story. I think it's really cool. You know, he feels so bad about killing you know, his half brother, and then we have Yasuo, like, who went to Bilgewater, and then there's the whole Ruination, Ruin King stuff with him. And then I think, according to the wiki for Yasuo, I think he was like heading to Noxus to meet up with Riven or something, right? So anyways, Yone's really cool. He's essentially just a demon hunter. He's got two dope blades. You know, the mask that he wears is super cool. His lines were really cool. He's a good guy. I mean, he doesn't look it, but he is a good guy. Through and through, I think, in my opinion, he's a good guy. He's trying to help others, get the Azakanas off their backs, you know, that are feeding off of them, and he's just going around helping people in Ionia. He's a little sassy to Shen and Zed for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with him and Yasuo not liking Shen and Zed. But yeah, I don't know where he lies on the power level. Again, I've reacted to the Necrit power level video. I don't recall where he lies on that, but I feel like, you know, he can walk 2 realms. He's got magic. He's got 2 swords. He can fight Azakana and kill them, and he's killed a lot of them. So he's got to be pretty up there, I feel like. You know, if he were to go one-on-one with another magic user or something, he'd probably be able to beat them. I have no idea. But guys, thank you for watching my reaction. Let me know what you think of Yone. I'm always curious to know what you guys know. There's little tidbits that you guys also let me know in the comments that I may have missed. Please leave a like on the video, guys. I'd appreciate it. It helps other people see it in the algorithm. And then if you don't mind subscribing to the channel, we have plenty of reactions to come. And then we have other reactions you guys can check out. So peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.